NASCAR, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This past weekend, July 6th and July 7th, we was at Chicago Street Course, and it did not disappoint. Xfinity Series, crazy. I mean, from start to go. And of course, you had last year's winner, SVG, one of the favorites to win, along with Mr. Kyle Larson, running for Hendrick Motorsports. But guess who also got in the mix? Who's also a road course, connoisseur type individual driver. You got the one and only Ty Gibbs. And when I mean to tell you, them three were racing the whole entire time. But the weather was great too. And guess who came away with it? SVG. The past 3 road courses on Xfinity, he's been the winner. He done etched himself as another driver that has won back-to-back road courses. Shane Van Gisbergen. So the money line, they was like, okay. Like I said in my last video, I said that the man is a favorite to win. I did. And he was. Even though he didn't start in the front, Mr. Kyle Larson took pole. And they were racing. But of course, weather was not on their side, but they was able to do some great racing. And as soon as it started raining, guess who gets in the mix? SVG. It looks like Chase Briscoe slid on that wet terrain, and Shane Van Gisbergen got collected a little bit and got hit into the wall. His race was over. I know everybody who had him on their money line, who are sports bettors. I'm not a betting man, but those who are, women included, man, I know they was mad. So, you're like, all right, I'm going to go with Kyle Larson now. So, we take delays. We was on a delay for like 2.5 hours. And I'm so glad they allowed it to continue the race. I mean, you figure it was going to take longer for them to shut that street down for a whole nother day if they chose to go Monday. In Chicago, probably like, nah, pay some more money. Give me that money. Smell like that. So NASCAR continued. Once the weather dried up and cleared up, they got back racing. And you know who was going for it. You had Gibbs in the front. Christopher Bell doing his thing. But then started sliding to the back. We just think it's, I don't know, it was the wheels or whatever. Started sliding to the back. And one of the commentators said, we know somebody's going to overdo it. We just don't know who, don't know when. So you got, I believe, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs, and then who's behind him? Kyle Larson. Kyle locked his wheels up, along with a lot of other people. It's still a little wet out there. It wasn't super dry yet. Smacks the concrete barrier. Well, not really the barrier, but they said it's 10,000 pounds worth of tires over there that he's smacking, almost hit the barrier. Steering was messed up. He couldn't drive it. So now the 2 money line favorites are out the race. And so now, who you got? Ty Gibbs, Christopher Bell. But then Christopher Bell kept sagging to the back. One point you had Joey Hand. And guess who was coming around doing his thing? Mr. I haven't won a race in over 80 races. Alex Bowman. His crew chief, this is his first win in the Cup Series. So shout out to him for his crew chief having his first win in the Cup Series at a great track like Chicago Street Course. Alex Bowman takes it. Mind you, they had to rush the time because I guess probably because of they had no lights and it was getting dark. So at 9:20 Eastern, 8:20 Central, once it reached that time frame, the next lap after that would be the white flag, and then after that, no matter caution, whatever, end of the race. No overtime, no nothing. And they got to that. They didn't even finish enough laps. They didn't finish the whole lap of the race, but they were able to, once that timer 0 is the final lap, Alex Bowman of not taking tires like everyone else and they fell to the back. His team said stay out. It worked in their favor with that pit strategy. And guess what happened? He got his checker. And all he could say, he apologized to Bubba. He did spin Bubba out, kind of messed up Bubba's day. Bubba wasn't too happy. But the man did apologize. You got to respect the man that apologizes. So he did apologize. That was the first thing he said. But then he said, you know, we're going to drink a lot of bourbon today. So, hey, nothing wrong with some good old bourbon, you ask me. Smell like that. But shout out to Alex Bowman finally getting off that drought. He said he started to second guess himself. Started doubting himself. And that can happen when you don't get these wins. That's why you got to keep that go smack mentality. Because something going to come. Something great. So just stay with that go smack mentality. And I mean to tell you, it was just a great weekend. In some other news, we had Hailie Deegan. She parted ways with the racing team she was a part of. They just felt, you know, with their alliance with Stewart-Haas Racing, it was really trying to get somebody that could, I guess, could really push the Xfinity car to its limits. And Hailie Deegan, who just signed her multi-year deal, I think back in October, I guess it didn't work out that way. She wasn't finishing maybe in the way they wanted her to. So Joey Logano have fielded that car in the Xfinity race this past weekend. And I don't know if he's going to continue, but Hailie Deegan, she says, you know, she had nothing bad to say about it. She just said, you know, she knows anytime, you know, she knows what's best for her. And, you know, she has a lot of people. She has a great following. So I'm sure she'll field another car soon. So don't know if it's going to be this year, probably be next year, but we'll see. Or will she go back to trucks? Because she did just move up from trucks. So we don't know, but wishing nothing but the best for her career. And we on the Pocono this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. On to Pocono. So make sure y'all follow me on all my socials. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell so y'all know every time that I post something, all right? Keep that go smack mentality. Smack like that!